Parbin had been searching for a new home for months, and she finally found the perfect house. It was spacious, had a large backyard, and was in a great location. She was thrilled to finally move in and start her new life. But shortly after she moved in, Parbin began to experience strange occurrences. Doors would open and close on their own, objects would move around the house, and she could hear strange noises coming from the walls. At first, Parbin dismissed the strange happenings as her imagination. But as the occurrences became more frequent and more intense, she realized that there might be a supernatural presence in the house. Parbin began to research the history of the house, and discovered that it had a dark past. The previous owner, a man named Rafi, had died in the house under mysterious circumstances. As she delved deeper into the history of the house, Parbin uncovered secrets that had been hidden for decades. With the help of her friend Aisha, Parbin began to investigate the supernatural occurrences in the house. They discovered that the spirit of Rafi was still present in the house, and that he was trying to communicate with them. Through their interactions with Rafi's spirit, Parbin and Aisha were able to uncover the truth about his death, and to bring closure to his spirit. As they helped Rafi move on, the haunting of the house began to dissipate. In the end, Parbin realized that the house had been the site of a great tragedy, but that she had been able to help bring peace to the spirits involved. She knew that she would never forget her experiences in the house, and that the mystery surrounding Rafi's death would stay with her forever. Aisha had always been fascinated by the old abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. It was a decrepit old structure, long abandoned and left to rot. But there was something about the place that drew her in, and she couldn't resist the urge to explore it. One day, Aisha convinced her friends Rafi and Parbin to join her on an expedition to explore the mansion. They set out one evening, armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure. As they entered the mansion, they could feel the weight of the past bearing down on them. The air was thick with the musty smell of old books and rotting wood. They explored the mansion room by room, taking in the eerie atmosphere and the strange artifacts left behind. But as they reached the upper floors of the mansion, they began to feel a strange presence in the room with them. It was as if something was watching them, following them as they explored. As they continued their exploration, the presence grew stronger. They heard strange noises coming from empty rooms, and felt a chill in the air that seemed to follow them wherever they went. Finally, they came face to face with the ghostly presence that haunted the mansion. It was a figure shrouded in mist, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. The figure seemed to beckon them forward, and they felt compelled to follow. As they followed the ghostly figure, they began to unravel the mystery of the mansion. They discovered that it had been the site of a great tragedy, and that the ghostly presence they had encountered was the spirit of a young woman named Rupa, who had died tragically in the mansion years ago. Through their interactions with Rupa's spirit, Aisha, Rafi, and Parbin were able to help her find peace and move on. As they left the mansion, they knew that they had encountered something truly supernatural, and that the mystery of the old mansion would stay with them forever. Safi had just moved into a new apartment, and he was excited to start his new life. But as he settled in, he began to notice strange things happening around him. Objects would move on their own, and he could feel a strange presence in the room with him. One night, Safi woke up to find a ghostly figure standing at the foot of his bed. It was a young woman, her face twisted in terror. She seemed to be trying to warn Safi of something, but he couldn't understand what she was trying to say. As the days went on, the ghostly figure appeared to Safi more and more frequently. He began to feel that she was trying to warn him of something, but he still couldn't understand what it was. Finally, the night before a big storm was scheduled to hit, the ghostly figure appeared to Safi again. This time, she was clearer than ever before. She seemed to be warning him of the impending danger, telling him to be careful and stay safe. Safi heeded the warning and took precautions to ensure his safety during the storm. And when the storm hit, he was safe and sound in his apartment. After the storm had passed, the ghostly figure never appeared to Safi again. But he knew that he had been given a warning, and he was grateful for the supernatural help that had kept him safe.